Right, we are live. What is going on? I hope the sound is good. I hope the video is as good as it can be. I'm inside. You can probably tell. It's not raining out, but it's misting out. I've talked about that in a video. It's misting. So not heavy drops, just that light coating that might cover your face and cover my camera, which might mess it up. So I'm inside just to be safe. But I hope sounds not bad. I hope. Welcome everyone. Mega is here. Michelle is here. Amina. Amina has a question. I will get to her first. Mary has a question. Franklin is here. Welcome. That might be a new name. Lalit is here. Thank you. The sound is good. And I would like to give a shout out to anyone in India. Lalit, Mega, happy Independence Day. I know that it might be a little bit different this year. Everything's different this year, right? But I hope you guys have a great day. You probably have already had that day. My day is just starting out. Rod's day is just starting out. Is Daniel here? Daniel's day is just starting out. But I know if you are in India, your day is probably almost over. Luke, the doctor is in the house. The doctor is here. Yeah, Daniel is here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Franklin, second time live. Well, welcome, welcome. Semiconductor Devices is here. Welcome, everyone. So good to see you. Bob the Canadian was in earlier. He's probably not here, but hello. Amina is here, and she's also from Canada. And her first question is this: what is the meaning of uneventful? Great question. And we can break this down because it has a prefix, it has a suffix, and it has a root word. But before we get to that, if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. But for about an hour, I am going to answer as many questions as I can. And then I'm going to head over to Bob the Canadian's chat. And if you want to join us, that would be great. That would be great. So uneventful, let's look at the three parts. So 3 parts. We have event is the root. And if something was eventful, it was noteworthy. It was worth remembering. It was eventful. So maybe you had a party and everybody had fun, and maybe there was a crazy story that people will be talking about for years. You could say that party was eventful. Like, I will remember that party. Anytime you put un in front of a word, it just means not. So if you have a party and it's uneventful, it could have been pretty boring. Now, my wife and I teach school, and sometimes I will come home from school and she will ask, "How was your day?" I will say it was uneventful. And as a teacher, that's not a bad thing. That means nobody got into trouble. It was a pretty good day. So sometimes uneventful isn't bad. If you don't want anything bad to happen, uneventful, it's okay. But for a party, excuse me, you don't want a party to be uneventful. All right, I thought Mary had another question. Oh, good question here. There's a preposition problem with this question. So, what does it mean to stumble across or to stumble upon? To make it as easy as possible, they're pretty much the same thing. So maybe you are in a record store, like old records. Some of us boomers might remember the big records. And maybe you're looking for a rare one, and you just happen to stumble upon an old record you're looking for. It means you meet it by accident, but often it's a good thing. Maybe you are looking through YouTube videos to learn English and you stumble upon or you stumble across a new channel that you think will be able to help you. So it really doesn't matter, stumble upon, stumble across. There is no difference, and it just means meeting something by accident, and it usually can help you. Good question. Good question. It's so tricky with prepositions. Sometimes saying the wrong one will sound really awkward to a native speaker. Sometimes it doesn't matter. So tricky. But the good thing about prepositions, and I say this often, is that they usually do not affect what you're trying to say. They won't affect the meaning most of the time. See some more questions. A lot of chat going on. Awesome. If I happen to miss your question, please ask it again. And if you want to at me, my name will show up in red and I will know that's a question. So I'm going to at Law right now. So for Law, it should show up red and I will see your question. All right. Cecilia is here. Welcome. Ali is here. Ali from Turkey, I believe. Naima, welcome. It will take me too long to find the flower emojis, I'm sure. But we've missed your flowers. Yeah, I can't find them. But let's just pretend I threw those roses. Welcome, welcome. Zobeda is here. Welcome again. Maz. Great point, Maz. Maz from Australia. Originally from Iran, I believe. So it is hard to use that word lately. This is from Maz, and I think it's perfect. Copy, paste, like I did it 3 times. You probably cannot use uneventful these days. There are a million things going on everywhere. So true. So true. Very few days lately have been uneventful. Luke, Dr. Luke. This is a great question. Is there a difference between to be afraid and to cringe? Yeah, there can be. Cringe in English has changed over the last couple years. Cringe now means awkward. So, oh my gosh, this is a bad visual. Okay, what I'm gonna say in your mind, but it should make you cringe, and it might make you shiver, have that little thing go down your spine, but it's not scary. This is cringy. Like, think of one of your parents and you accidentally walk in the room and they're in their underwear. That might be awkward. That might be cringeworthy. Cringy. Ugh, cringy. Yeah. Or this happened to me yesterday. I'm driving down the road and I stop at a stoplight. And I'm just looking, I'm bored. I'm looking over. I'm not texting and driving. I'm looking over, and then I see this woman picking her nose at the stoplight. That's cringy. I wasn't scared, but I did that thing. A whole body shiver. Threw up in my mouth a little. We sometimes say that. So they're definitely different. Afraid, I think most people would know that. Cringy, just awkward. Like a record. Probably most people don't know records, but that record scratch, like, whoosh, I can't do the noise, but scratch, like, ugh. I hope that helps, Doc. Hope that helps, Doc. João. João. I need to work on my Brazilian Portuguese J's. Could I explain the difference between nerve and unnerve? Yeah. You know what? Unnerving? My computer is very slow today. Unnerving and cringy are really, really close. So if something is awkward or makes you feel uncomfortable, you could say that it's unnerving. Unnerving. So that lady picking her nose, I'm like, ugh, that's a little unnerving. But nerve, Dr. Luke could probably explain it better, but we have all these things in our brains, our nerves, that just send messages. So these nerves, often you will hear someone gets on your nerves, which means they bother you, right? So unnerving, it could be a little afraid, but it just makes you cringe. Then gets on your nerves. Oh, Jamie. I don't think she's in here. But when I bother her, which sometimes happens, I sometimes bother her on purpose. She'll point to her pinky and say, "You're on my last nerve." Right here. It's right there. So I'm really bothering her about something. Right there. You're on my last nerve. Is Jesus here? Or Rod? If anybody has children and they're just getting on your nerves, maybe they are fighting with each other. Siblings. Right there. You're on my last nerve. Right there. Hope that helps. Lalit is wondering, when do we use convinced? Okay, great question. That means, and often it's a great question when I can answer it. So I can answer this one. Convinced. That means you are absolutely sure of it. Convinced, Lalit. There is no doubt. You are sure. I am convinced that this community is great. We were just talking about this, how language learners, I think, are naturally nice people. They want to learn about other cultures. They're probably nicer than most people. I am convinced of that. Convinced. I'm not convinced that school will go smoothly in the fall. I think we might have a lot of coronavirus cases because everyone is getting together. I'm not convinced this fall will be smooth. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Eric, I might have jumped the chat a little bit. Oh, Zobeda. Zobeda says, Jamie was supposed to be here. Jamie has had a rough week, actually. She flew in from Alabama. She had a yard sale. So she said last night, I want to wake up and join the chat, but I also want to sleep late. So I think that's what she might be doing. She might be up now. I spoke with her earlier, just very briefly. But, oh gosh, Happy Monkey. That's a great question too. The chat is going kind of quickly. Let me try to get Eric's question here. What does it mean off the hook? Does it mean you no longer have to do something? Nailed it. Absolutely. So let's say I have a meeting I don't want to go to for some reason. But then that meeting is canceled. I can say, I'm off the hook. I don't have to go. Off the hook. Yeah, it means when you had something you didn't want to do And now you don't have to do it. You're off the hook. Good question, Happy Monkey. Good question. Okay. Naima, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to all the questions. There are a lot of questions coming in. But I don't want to speak too quickly. Naima, welcome back. I know everybody is busy. So, a lot of good questions. All right. Can we say I have ecstasy when we are on cloud 9? I think always in French. Yeah, ecstasy. Be careful of ecstasy, okay? There is a drug that makes you feel really good. That's called ecstasy. So it's an illegal drug. Cloud 9 and ecstasy, yes. I would stick with I'm on cloud 9 when you're really happy. You might say there's an extra bounce in my step. Okay? I didn't capitalize the T. I didn't know that would be a full sentence. I didn't put a period either, but that's a full sentence. So there's a little extra bounce in my step. There's a little pep in my step when you're really happy. But ecstasy, Daniel, never. He said, when are we going to see me shredding those drums? Ecstasy can also be a little bit sexual, to be honest. Okay? A little bit. So, I don't know if anybody uses ecstasy when they are really happy anymore. It's the drugs and the sex that have ruined that word. Yeah, Happy Monkey. I don't know, man. This is weird. We always say this. I think, did Bob the Canadian mention this? I think he did. And it's so true. We always say, give me a thumbs up. Even though it's just one thumb. And I think because it's easier to say, give me a thumbs up. We just put that S there. Give me a thumb up. It's a little bit harder. So, yeah, sometimes in English, you just have to throw your hands up and, I don't know, not sure. Great question. Great question. Joseanne, welcome. Welcome. Eric, you're welcome. Welcome here. If you're not a subscriber, anyone, make sure you subscribe. I made a video on this and I called it Up in the Air. And guess what? Things have changed. But Josiane is wondering, all the children from a class are going to get together in the same spot, in the same city. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Didn't want to cough in the microphone. It's a mess. In my school district, it's a mess. We had a plan where half of the students would be in school for half the time, and then the other half would be in school for the other half of the time, just so everyone could spread out and socially distance. Now, I don't know what's going on. We kind of have 3 plans, and 2 of them might not work. It's a mess. I will let you know when I know more. They did push our start date back for students. Pushed it back. It was August 28th. Now it is September 14th. So we're not ready. We had all summer to plan. And then they introduced a new plan. And now it's all messed up. Excuse me. So students are off the hook for 2 weeks. And then we start. All right. I feel like I'm not getting to as many questions as I should. Mary is wondering, sussed it out. So we don't use that in the United States. I love that expression. It's definitely British, and it means to figure it out. Or understand, I guess. So hopefully by September 14th, we will have sussed out everything we need to suss out for our students. We need to figure it out. Hopefully. Hopefully. Mayor, welcome. I don't exactly know. I don't know genitive, to be honest. That I believe is some kind of case. English doesn't have cases. I know the genitive case is a case in other languages. Maybe Rod knows more than I do, or Cecilia might know more. But it seems like we don't have a genitive case or locative case anymore in English because of our prepositions. Not sure. Not sure. I'm sorry, I can't answer that question. Sorry. Brian Lobo is here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Is that Vladimir? I'm wondering how to use for sure. For sure. So we often say for sure when we agree with something. So when you agree. So I'll use my example I always use. That party on Friday night. I always use that. If someone says, will you be able to come to the party? You go, oh, for sure, for sure. I will be there for sure. So you know it. It's definite. For sure. For sure. It's a good question. Brian, what's the difference between go through and to get through? I'm thinking. I don't think much. Yes, actually there is. There is. We often use, well, not really though. So if you are having some troubles, you know, like the world right now with coronavirus, certain parts, you can say we are going through some trouble. We've got to get through this trouble. So go through mostly means present tense. And to get through something often, not always, means it has already happened. So, but sometimes we change it to got through. So, but often it means that there's some trouble. You could be talking about a road trip in a car, and maybe you could say, we need to go through the state of Massachusetts to get to our destination. We need to go through. Oh man, I'm glad we got through. So there are a lot of uses for those two phrasal verbs. Get, such a tough word. Get. I believe I have made some videos on get, and I'm sure I will make more. But there isn't a whole lot of difference. Michelle. This is a great point here, Michelle. Trying to copy and paste. He says, if we were hostile or impolite towards different cultures, we wouldn't be so diplomatic. Some big words there, but true statement. Absolutely. So I know in the United States, it is a touchy subject. Huh. Seems my computer is not working with me. It's a touchy subject to talk about other cultures or other races. You have to do it very politely, and often we don't talk about it. You know, just be respectful. All right. I think my chat's better now. I think my chat is better. Sussed out. Stay hydrated. Daniel says. Thank you. Oh, maybe that was when I coughed. Coughed. Stay hydrated. It's important. Important. Michelle says ridiculous. I'm not sure why. But it wasn't to me, so no way. Maz, I'm not sure if you saw that, but Maz says apparently the expression originated with voting? Voting with their thumbs? It could be. Thumbs up is good. Thumbs down is bad. Mary, Zobeida, in Iran. Is it true that when you vote, they will put ink on your thumb to let everyone know you voted? I think that was in Iran. Rod said the video and audio are great. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Uh-oh. Sumail. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Causative? I don't know. Oh, on your index finger. Oh, and Maz would know. Also from Iran. So it's the index finger. I did go over the different names of fingers in English. Yeah, you know the thumb, and we call that the index finger, or your pointer, your index finger. That's the bad finger. The middle finger. And then this is the ring finger. Yeah. That's where on your left hand, most married couples will put their ring finger, their ring on their ring finger. And of course, this is the little pinky. Pinky. The little pinky. Don't know why. My mom used to sing a song to me about what is it? I can't remember it now. About your toes. This little piggy. American parents do that with their children's toes. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy ate roast beef. This little piggy cried all the way home. I'm sure nobody wanted to hear that. I did a bad job with that. Sorry. This little piggy. If you have children, Dubai Rick, what is going on? Thank you for becoming a member, sir, yesterday. So Dubai Rick is wondering, hey Brent, why do some people say I wanted to say that instead of I want to say? Why wanted? I don't know. We say that quite a bit where maybe they were interrupted, or if it's a sensitive topic, we might, I wanted to tell you. I don't know why we say that though. Oh, I was gonna say, we sometimes do that. I was gonna say, maybe when they're in a meeting and it could be uncomfortable. Excuse me. Stay hydrated, Daniel. Stay hydrated. I was gonna say, sometimes it's a way to get back on track with what you were talking about. Yeah, I was gonna say that we should probably meet later. I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we change the tense. It's one of those things in English, like, I don't know. I don't know. Mega says in India, they also ink the finger. So I just use ink as a verb. Inked the finger. They inked the finger. That sounds dirty. inked the finger. That's a good finger though, right? The index finger, not the middle finger. Oh, Polish. Adriana. Polish, Hungarian, very intimidating languages because of all the cases. And I know Russian has that locative case and the a bunch of cases. A bunch of cases. Yeah, Amina is from Somalia. In my town, I think there are about 18% of our citizens in my town are Somali. Ali, Eid, how are you? What's up? He would like to know, or she would like to know. I was just wondering how Americans would pronounce the word would after the pronouns. I don't think there's any difference. Would and would, those are homophones. So, they mean different things, but they sound exactly the same. I was thinking about this yesterday. The two and the two and the two. Two. Those things. The two and the two. You heard how I pronounced it. Two. But let's say it is going to rain for 1 to 2 days. Look at that sentence. I am going to pronounce the two, that's not the number, differently. So I would say it is going to rain for 1 to 2 days. We actually change it to like tattoo. And I never thought of that before, but 1 to 2 days. So when you have 2 twos in a row, we change it to a ta. 1 to 2 days. 1 to 2 months. 1 to 2 hours. So I hope that helps. Daniel says a misspelling check. Is that me? I might have misspelled something. Shea, how are you? Welcome. Michelle says, so many cases in Russian. Now, I love this YouTuber. His name is Bald and Bankrupt. And he speaks, I think, fairly good Russian. And he said that if you forget about studying grammar, I think the same can be said for English too. But if you don't study grammar in Russian, you just study vocabulary, you may sound weird to Russians, but they will understand you. So at the beginning, just learn vocabulary, and you may have your tenses wrong, and you may have your cases wrong, but so many cases. And do Russians speak really good Russian, or do you have some that aren't even a C1 in Russian, I wonder? Because I would say that many people in the United States are not at a C2 level, native speakers. Like maybe a C1. C1. Shea. What's the difference between pick up and pick out? It's a good question. Good question. So pick up, it's literally, you're physically picking up something. So I need to go to the store tonight and pick up some milk. So like most of the time when you pick up something, physical, I'm picking it up. I need to pick up my kids from school. So I drive there, they get in the car, I take them home. Pick out though. Let's say you go to the store for your milk. There might be, and in the United States, we literally have like 5, 6, 10 kinds of milk. You have chocolate milk. You have white milk. You have whole milk. You have 1% milk. You have 2% milk. So when you get to the store, you may have to pick out which kind of milk you want to take home. So often picking out means there are choices for you and you have to pick one. But pick up means you're carrying something with you. Hope that helps. Super tricky. Super tricky. Maz, a big, bald, and bankrupt fan. I love that guy. Unfortunately, I don't think he will be making videos again until October. Stay hydrated. He contracted the coronavirus in Serbia, I think, and his lung capacity, his ability to breathe is not like it once was. So he's taking some time off. No way. Mohammed is an air traffic controller in Baghdad. Ah. I can imagine. I mean, you have a very stressful job, very important job. Many lives are in your hands. So I can imagine that when pilots come in from other countries and they might not speak Arabic, it's a French term, I think. Is it lingua franca? The language that you will all speak is the English language, I bet. So welcome. Welcome, sir. Mega is wondering, what is condensed milk? It's a good question. It's a good question because I can answer it, right? It's a good question. We will often use condensed milk in baking, not bacon. Baking. I should run up to the kitchen and get a can of condensed milk. I think we have it. But it comes in a can and it's smaller, so condensed. We also have condensed soup, which often means you will add water to it, but it is like super powerful. So they might have taken a big thing of milk like this and they condensed it to this, so it's more milky. It's more full of milk. I think I made that word up. Milky? Yeah. More milky. Has more milk. And a condensed soup might come in a can like this, but when you make your soup, you add another can of water because it would be too powerful if you ate that soup. Condensed means smaller. If you're taking a class and it's 8 weeks long, maybe they will condense the class into 4 weeks, which means it would be much harder, but you get finished with it more quickly. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. Daniel says, remember the US map test, 51%. Look at that. That's so important. So Daniel, and I think he did better than a lot of Americans. If he got 51% of the states correct, how do you get 51 out of, all right, you get 26? Okay, it was 26? 50? I'm not a math person. But he got 51%. And now he has, what, 68%? Right? Yeah, 68%. And that's what, I want to do a video on this. It's like the growth mindset. That's English term. I'm not sure if anyone has heard it, but it's just knowing that, okay, 51 is pretty good, but let's say he got 25%. Like, might not be that great, but you keep working at it and you just understand that you are going to suck at the beginning. We have this term, or it's embrace the suck. And I think that can help with language learning. I know it helps with my Italian. I know right now, I've been studying it for a year. I kind of suck at it. But then I look back at myself 3 months ago, I understand so much more than I did before. With my YouTube channel, I look back at my first awkward video 7 months ago. It sucked. But I hope each video, each live stream, I get better. And I think that's important with language learning. It's okay. Maybe you suck right now, this year, 2020, right? How many things suck this year, right, Maz? Nothing is uneventful. But 2021, you look at your language, how well you know English, like, wow, I've come so far. So put in the work, you'll get better each time. Maybe not each day. You might not be able to figure it out each day, each month. 3 months, 6 months, you'll get better. So nice job, Daniel. He's gonna get 100% if he keeps working at it. As long as you got Maine, it's all good. Madi is here, and I see my face pop up with the emoji. Welcome. Maz says, my friend's dog's name. Nice job. Let me copy. My friend's dog's name. Nice possessive right there. His name is Milky. Yeah, you can name a dog anything. I had a friend. My parents had a friend. I kid you not. We sometimes say that when we're telling a story. You might not believe. I kid you not. I kid you not. This dog's name was Stupid. Come here, Stupid. Come here, Stupid. He was a big Saint Bernard. He drooled all the time, but his name was Stupid. Yeah, you can name a dog anything. Milky? Is that what you said? Milky. 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 Kid you not. Kid you not. Miho is here. Welcome. Miho shared a picture of her husband's garden in Japan. And oh, beautiful. Beautiful. What's the meaning of to have common ground? So that means you have some sort of agreement. You can understand each other a little bit. So you may be arguing, but if you have common ground, you're at least probably respecting each other and you agree on certain things. And you might hear, if you are having a debate with someone, you might say, we need to find some kind of common ground. So when you are debating or arguing with someone, you might agree to some things, the other person agrees to certain things, and you could say that we have found common ground. Not everything's perfect, but close. Oh dear. Is there a question, Daniel, about ought? Yeah. Ought and should. They're really close. Like, I ought to work out today. I should work out today. Should try to get in shape. I'm going to do a video on shape, like in shape, out of shape. Just, we have so many sayings with shape, like shape up or ship out. I like that one. I'm going to use that. So ought and should, I ought to, and I should, they're pretty close. I don't know if they are interchangeable, but we use them the same way a lot in English. A lot in English. Thank you, Dubai Rick. Thank you, sir. Mary is wondering, can I guess your personalities by your questions? No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Like Maz, I think Maz would have a great sense of humor. I've kind of understood that. And Mary, I know about you because of, Facebook. And so I don't know, just because of the questions, can I? I don't know, maybe. It depends. It depends, I guess. Mahdi says, I ought to attend Bob the Canadian's live stream. That is true. That is true. I will be going over to Bob the Canadian stream. Always a fun time. And I will put the link. I will put the link to Bob the Canadian stream so we can all head over there and support him because his streams are awesome. Yeah, I think I can do that. I got it here. Look at the boomer. I was able to do that. Probably not too impressive, but I will put it here once. Upstream. But we still have what? 15 minutes. So I will try to get to as many questions as possible. Yeah, Miho. She says, thank you. I hope that helped. Law says ought is a little more formal. Yeah, I would agree. I think so. Mohammed is talking about the super chat. That's okay. I believe Christopher gave me a super chat yesterday. It's so nice. Thank you. But just watching the videos, coming to the live streams, that's support enough. So, and I thank you for that. And I thank all of you. Thank you for coming here. Some of my most favorite hours of the week are during these live chats. Daniel, I think, is trying to be funny. Catch up with the chat. Catch up. Get it? Yeah, there's a joke about a family of tomatoes walking down the street. It's super lame. But I think there's the baby tomato that is a little slow, and the dad stomps on the tomato and says, catch up. Like, it's so lame. It's lame. I'm embarrassed that I told that joke. I told it badly, I'm sure. Oh, Angelo, thank you for the super chats, but if you want, that's good. But not necessary. Not necessary. Come on. I'm glad you're here. Naima is saying the word compromise popped up with common ground. 100%. Yes. To find common ground, you would compromise. Nicely done, Naima. I'm glad you're back. Whoa, what? Daniel? Blow the check. When we talk about blow the check, like Daniel wrote and I copied, that means that you probably earned money at your job and you got a check, you got paid. It used to be actual paper, and now we have direct deposit. Direct deposit means the money just goes into your bank account. But if you blow your check, that means you spent the money on unnecessary things that you didn't need. So hopefully you don't blow your check on alcohol. So many people have trouble with that. If you blow your check on alcohol, now you have no money to pay your rent. Adriana says, time for the dad jokes. Yeah, the ketchup one was a dad joke, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, Daniel. I might have to block you for that joke. That's the worst dad joke ever, Daniel. And you're not even a dad. Why was the number 6 afraid of 7? That's awful. Daniel, please do not say because 7, 8, 9. Please don't. I will have to block you. I'll have to block. Daniel. Law says you should make some lives in the afternoon or the evening. I believe I am going to have to do that once my school starts, and I will put up a poll which day of the week is best for you, and I will do one in the afternoon after my school ends. And I know that these mornings are difficult if you live in Japan, or if you live in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Australia. I'm sure it's not easy. That's awful. All right. No dot two. No dot two. Welcome. Welcome. Could you please explain the phrase, he taught nothing. He was not prepared to practice in himself. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know. Let me see. He taught nothing. So he taught nothing. I hope that's not true for me in this live stream. That would mean you learned nothing. So he taught nothing. He was not prepared to practice. You might get out the N. So he taught nothing. He was not prepared to practice himself. So that could be true of me if I showed up to this live stream. I didn't say much, or I told a bunch of dad jokes for the whole hour. I would probably teach you nothing, and I wouldn't be prepared. So I hope that helps. Mary, could I make a couple sentences with string out? Yeah. So, and sometimes we'll say strung out. String out means to lengthen, oftentimes. So maybe you had meetings on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. That's 3 meetings back to back to back that might be difficult for you. You could ask your boss, hey, do you mind if we string these out a bit? Instead of meeting Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, let's string them out and we can meet on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. String them out. Hope that helps. Sometimes you can say, I'm strung out right now when you're stressed. Man, I'm really strung out right now. I have so many meetings. And strung out, just to let you know. Am I getting that R in there? Strung out can also mean someone who does a lot of drugs. So be careful with that. It can be stressed or like, oh man, he is strung out on drugs right now. It's like, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Hopefully that person didn't blow their whole check on drugs. Hopefully they can buy food, clothing, rent. Yeah, Law says that still trying to understand that joke. I wouldn't waste time, Law. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. I don't think did he say 7, 8, 9? Please tell me he didn't say 7. He did. He did. But he has the 2 different spellings right there. Nice. No, not nice. Not nice, Daniel. Not nice. But there can be some learning here because 8 and 8 homophones. This is bad, Daniel. I hope you feel shame I hope you feel shame. I should put Daniel in. I think I can put Daniel in timeout. Put user in. I won't though. I won't. I won't. Bon appetit. Mohammed. What's the best phrase for someone? We don't have the equal in English for bon appetit. We often say in English, bon appetit. Because like you said, it means so much. Everyone will know in English, in the United States at least, if you say bon appetit, enjoy your meal. They might say that at a restaurant, oh, bon appetit. So we don't have that. No. Have a good meal? We don't. Bon appetit sounds so much better. No. Bon appetit. That's the best. It's a good question. All right, Madi. I've had this question quite a bit. I think it can give people learning English. And it is hard to explain that little though at the end. We often put a comma, though. We attach it. So it can mean a number of things. Sometimes you're comparing. So maybe I don't like ice cream, but I like milk though. So often the though relates to the sentence before. It's super hard to explain because it's so, I would say, nuanced. It's such a delicate meaning that we will often put though at the end of a sentence to make our words seem less harsh. Maybe there's that party on Friday. I can't come, but I would like to though. So you add that sometimes to make the listener feel better. It is a little tricky, but try adding it at the end of sentences, see how it sounds. So in a minute, I will say, I want to continue this live chat, but I'm going to go to Bob the Canadians though. I didn't use that correctly, though. I need to go to Bob the Canadians though. So I should come up with a video. I will have to think about it before, but there are a couple ways to use though. It's a good question, Marty. Good question. Michelle. Oh no, dad jokes. Dad jokes. Whoa. A homeless woman. I don't know. That's not a dad. That might be a mean joke, Michelle. I don't know. At least he said sorry in advance. Ooh, I don't know about that. That might be a little mean. Oh, Aroni is here. Should I say Buon Ferragosto? Did I say that right? It's an Italian holiday today. It's a holiday in India. And I guess it's a holiday in Brazil, right? Daniel and Rod said Brazil has a couple hundred holidays. So, no, that's not true. That's not true. Law says that though can express emphasis. Yes, you can emphasize things with though. Yeah, there's a lot of... Yes. Aroni. He's been with the channel for a long time. Maz says he feels homeless. Oh, is it because you live in a different country? The dad jokes. Why? I mean, okay, we got to go to Bob the Canadians chat. Let me look up dad joke. I'll see if there's one that I know. We'll end on a dad joke. How did that start? Was it Adriana's idea? How did that start? All right, the 99 funniest dad jokes. Here we go. These are all horrible. But since I'm a dad, let's see. But at least dad jokes are they're never mean. They're just bad. Let's see. No, I'm not going to say that one. What? I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with though, but I was tripping all day. That's bad. That's bad. There are a couple puns in here, and they are drug puns. We got to go, but let me explain this last. So lacing, that is a drug term. I don't know it that well, but I think when you have like a drug and you mix it, you lace it with something. So of course we have shoes that you can lace together, tie. Tripping, meaning falling, but it also means you got high on drugs. I'm ashamed that we ended this live stream on a dad joke that had to do with drugs. But let's go to Bob the Canadian's chat. Let him know that you're coming from my channel. Oh, he started. Let him know. And he'll see that you're supporting my channel and his channel. Thank you all. Thank you all. This will be quick. I'll see you over in Bob the Canadian's chat. This was a fun hour. See you later.